everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this look and just having a little chat about the Dawson Jeffree Star Conspiracy palette on the 2nd anniversary of the palette's release. So if you want to see how I created this look, then stick around and carry on watching. So I just thought it would be really fun to do a look on the 2-year anniversary of the release of the Jeffree Star Dawson Conspiracy palette. So I've got the rest of my base makeup done, as you can tell. And the first shade that I'm going to be using for this look is shade Not a Fact, which is this really deep purple matte shade. I'm just packing loads of this shade onto my brush and then laying it down all over, into and above my crease. I think the reason why I love this palette so much is it actually was the first eyeshadow palette I bought that had any kind of colour in it or vibrancy or just any other shades that weren't just neutrals. I used to be obsessed with the Urban Decay Naked palettes, and they were like my go-to eyeshadow. And yeah, I think at the time I only really had a couple of palettes anyway that were all neutrals or maybe had a tiny bit of pink in. But I got this palette not in the initial release because it was sold out, but I picked this up a few months later. I think it was like 6 months later actually, maybe in like the April time of last year. And I must admit, when I did buy it, I was a bit scared that I really wasn't going to use half of the shades in here, but I have used every single shade. I actually took this palette away on my most recent holiday, and yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to do a nice little look, have a little chat about the palette. No doubt I'll swatch the shades as well so you can see them if you haven't. But this shade is gorgeous. It goes down almost like a burgundy. So I will just leave this eye for now, go ahead and get this one done. And there we are with shade Not a Fact. So next I'm going in with shade Pigment, and you can still just about make out the little pig just pressed into the pan there. I've gone for this like bigger brush just so I can just pop this over the top of Not a Fact, just to lighten it up and soften it up a little bit. I have to say though, when I first got this palette, the shade I was definitely the most afraid of was the bright yellow, which is shade Food Videos. I honestly thought to myself, I am never in a million years gonna ever use this shade for a look. It was just so out of my comfort zone. But it's actually one of my favourite shades in the palette now. I think aside from as well being my first colourful palette, it was my first Jeffree Star palette. It was really what got me into makeup properly last year, and I don't think you can actually buy this anymore. Well, I say you can't buy it. I got mine from Beauty Bay and they don't stock it on there anymore, but I believe you can still pick it up from the actual Jeffree Star website. And I have done probably more looks than I could even count on all of my fingers and toes with this palette over the last year and a bit. Some I think I've done videos on, some I have just posted on my Instagram, so definitely would recommend checking out my Insta if you want to see other looks I've created in general. It is always in the description of all of my videos, so yeah, check that out, that would be cool. But I'm liking this, liking the edges of this, bit of a softer pink around the edge, liking that a lot. So the next step for this look, using the Conspiracy palette, I'm going in with like a half cut crease. I've just got my Beauty Bay eye base in base 1 and then just a flat brush to apply that. Of course, using my pig mirror from this same collection, I thought I had to make a bit of an effort to be matching. and I'll just get my other eye done. And there we go with the eye base. The next shade I'm going in with is shade Diet Cola, which has got the little cola bottle printed in. And I think I've said for like every shade that it's one of my favourite shades, but this actually is one of my favourite shades. This silver is so ridiculously pigmented. And of course I'm just going to pop that on where I've just done the eye base. I've been re-watching actually recently the Shane Dawson series, obviously documenting the whole process of this palette, and I've actually been really enjoying it because I've just watched Shane's new series, which was really good, so check it out if you like Shane or you like watching creepy videos. And then once I finished that new series, yeah, I've just gone back into re-watching The Beautiful World of Jeffree Star and just really enjoying that again as a series. And I think like with anything, the first time you watch something, maybe you don't pay like 100% attention. So I'm watching it back again now and just noticing loads of things that I didn't notice last time. Not like anything good or anything bad, just maybe first time round just didn't take it all in. So look how gorgeous that silver is. I mean, this has got to be my favourite silver shade out of any silvers I've got in any palette. It is so stunning. Next up, of course, is the under eye, and that's just going to be a bit of a mixture of pigment and Not a Fact, just to kind of replicate the top part here as best as possible. So just going to go in first with Not a Fact with this slightly smaller brush. The other thing I wanted to say that I felt was kind of relevant to this whole palette and series and everything is that I have ordered a Supreme Jeffree Star mystery box, so the Halloween ones that just came out. Well, actually they came out on my birthday, and it isn't here as I'm filming this, but it is on the way. As far as I'm aware, it's finished processing in America and hopefully will be on its way to the UK soon. So I'm really excited to unbox that. My boyfriend was very kind enough to actually get it for me for my birthday because they were released on my birthday, and I just felt it was a bit of a sign, to be honest. It's only the second time I've ever ordered his mystery boxes. Last ones I think were the summer ones, and I went for the mini and the deluxe, which was like the smallest one and then like the third sized one. But this time I have just gone for the Supreme, and so far I've managed to avoid all spoilers online as to what's in there. Tim said he has looked up and seen everything that's in them, but I've managed to so far avoid seeing anything, which I actually managed to last time I had the mystery boxes as well, which, bearing in mind like they're not cheap and it's like exciting, it's a surprise, I just don't want to know what's in it until I'm opening it, because I just think it's more exciting that way. And I think we are there with the eyeshadow. So just to finish off the eye makeup, I have just got this black eyeliner pencil from Primark, and I've got a black Maybelline Sky High mascara. And then lips wise, of course I had to go for a Jeffree Star one. I have got this velour liquid lipstick in the shade Calabasas, which I think is probably again one of my favourite shades of his liquid lipsticks. So just into the waterline with this, and then just in with the mascara. Do let me know if you have this palette or if you have any other Jeffree Star palettes, which ones you have or what's your favourite. And then lastly, just in with my lipstick. So I've got palette wise, obviously this one. I've got Blue Blood, which you can probably see just behind me there. I've got Star Ranch, Thirsty, and I've got the Artistry palette that Jeffree did with Morphe, and I think, oh, and I've got Mini Blood Sugar as well. And then I know in my mystery box is going to be Weirdo, which I really love the look of the colour story for that. So this is shade Calabasas. This is nice pink. Well, there is my finished look. So I will just give you a close-up so you can see it all in a bit more detail. So I think this look definitely showcases off some of those shades. I wanted to definitely get a shimmer in there as well as a couple of the matte shades, just to show how pigmented and I suppose just how easy to work with the shades really are. I will just swatch all of the shades for you just in case you're interested and you haven't seen an awful lot of this palette or are interested to see what they all look like. So there is that top row of 6 shades all swatched. So starting at the top here, we've got Ranch, we've got My Pills, we've got Tanacon, we've got Diet Root Beer, we've got Just a Theory, and we have got Spiraling. So definitely your more neutral shades in this top row. So the next 6 shades are definitely very different, definitely very bright and vibrant. So at the top here, we've got Conspiracy, we've got Pigment, we've got Food Videos, we've got Trisha, we've got Cheese Dust, and we've got Flaming Hot. And then finishing off here with some slightly darker shades. So we have got What's the Tea, Diet Cola, Not a Fact, Sleep Paralysis, Illuminati, and My Rides here. So really interesting way to finish off this palette. So of course the palette itself is just really, really unique, and I think even 2 years on I still find it just a really cool and interesting palette. So it's not just your regular palette, it's pretty solid. You've got the Shane Dawson logo here, you've got nice metal clasps, opening up obviously a big mirror, and then all 18 shades. And the pan size of these are actually massive. So if you've ever had a Jeffree Star palette before, you will know just how big these pan sizes are. And I have used this palette probably hundreds of times, and I'm still yet to hit pan on anything. As well with the shades, just the attention to detail is great. So you've got a little teacup here for What's the Tea, you've got the cola bottle for Diet Cola, just got the regular star for some of the shades, and then the Shane Dawson logo. You've got a little pig here, and just I think the attention to detail is just really, really great in this palette. I think that's why it just still appeals to me 2 years on. It will probably forever be one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes. So I really hope that you enjoyed this look that I created using the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star Conspiracy palette, and just having a little chat about all things Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star on the 2nd anniversary of this palette. As I said, I think it will remain one of my favourite palettes in my collection. I just absolutely love this palette and think it's worth every penny that I paid for it. As mentioned, I have done a few looks with this before that I've documented as such, which will be over on my Instagram, and there's a couple of videos as well previously on my channel. So if you want to check those out, that would be absolutely amazing. But as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in my next video.